Hello, g'day, how are we all? Good evening, nice to see you. How is everyone doing? Nice to have you here. Welcome back to Southern Cross Station and welcome along to the channel. Nice to have you here on a Wednesday evening for a little bit more fun. Chinook, g'day buddy, nice to have you here. And Sindri, welcome along. Holden for life, hello. And Aiden, nice to see you as well. I picked the lick, said hi earlier, I'm not sure if he's here or not. That was quite a while ago he posted that. Same as Mr. Farm and Chris M18. How you doing? Scott George, how are you, buddy? Welcome along. SJ Grange, how are you? K Jelson 67, hello from Oslo, Norway. Hello to you. Welcome along, nice to have you here. Got a whiskey tonight, so cheers. I know Scott, you enjoy your whiskies. This is a Aberlour, the Speyside Scotch. 12 years old, I think. They do double casket. In cherry cask, so quite a sweet one. It's one of my favourites. Tara, pretty, how you doing? Nice to see you as well. Stephen, welcome along. Farmer Ed, g'day. Mornay, welcome along. How are you doing? Now, did anyone see, or who follows my map directory, see the release of the, how do you say it? Is it? I can't even remember how to pronounce it now, but the South African map, which Mornay was talking about last week, has been released, and it looks good. Had a bit of a look around it the other night, and took a few screenshots and everything. So, go and check it out. It's on the map directory, ! Maps will give you a link to that. So, what are the plans for today? I'm going to get into a bit of tillage. We had the New Holland over in the field. Last time we obviously got that one ploughed. I need to figure out what we're going to do with those rocks. Oh dear. Whoops. Oh dear. Dead joke. I have to figure out what we're going to do with those rocks in that field. Might have to get a rock picker and get going as well. I've had my fingers and everything else crossed today that my internet doesn't play out like it did last week. It was a little bit sketchy an hour or so ago, but hopefully it's going to be a little bit better tonight. It's been good so far. James Bike Workshop, kia ora from always awesome Upper Hutt. Well, kia ora. James, welcome along, nice to have you here, mate. Whenever I think of, I had rallies in Upper Hutt, but whenever I think of Upper Hutt, there was that parody song someone did of, was it New York by Jay-Z and, who the chick was, I can't remember her name off the top of my head. Someone did a parody of Upper Hutt. It's quite well done. Is that a 79 series? I couldn't actually tell you. We'll have a look in the shop. We'll get over to the, I think it's newer than the 79. We'll get a look over to the field and take a look for you. SJ. So James, what's with the bike workshop? What do you do to need a name like that? So one other thing I realised, we went and changed. So these are the two fields we lease. This is the one with sorghum in it, but with the change in the crop cycles that we did, we're a long way away from being able to harvest that. So we'll just have to hang on for a wee while until we can get in and get that sorghum harvested. There's the New Holland parked up, ready to go. It's a good drop, Scott. I do enjoy it. Alright, I'll leave that there. I think we're authorised. Let's go and make a start. So this field's actually pretty big. I'm not sure how long we're going to take. We might spend a bit of time doing this ourselves. You might put it on a worker and we might go and do a bit of rock picking with the smaller T6 or something like that. And Zindri's in Southland. We got quite a good Kiwi representation. Chinook, I know, is up north. He's Auckland based. So we'll just jump straight into this ploughing. I do like this plough, that it ploughs and cultivates at the same time. Very nice. What time is it for you, Scott? Must be knocking on midnight, 1 AM? Or is it even later than that? You've been the superstar you are and stayed up for us. I must agree, Holden for life, this map does look good. It's very hard to keep track of testing. I was actually going to drop Hocks a line and just see if he's had any feedback or anything like yet, but yeah, testing's a bit of a challenge. And everything I can see at the moment with Giants. That screen here, that's a bit better. Oh, nice Chinook. That's awesome, mate. Is that the New Zealand one you were saying about last week? Raymond, welcome along, mate. Nice to see you here. Hope you're doing well. Waiting on this map, yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing it released. Saying I don't know where it's sitting in the testing. I keep on checking the testing list every day to see if this and the seed potato pack that Dazed has been working on, two that I've been keeping a very close eye on. After 3 AM, gosh, it is. I always forget which time zone you're in, or trying to remember which time zone you're in. That's nuts. Scott, you're crazy, man. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Accidentally started a bike workshop out of my shed at home a couple of years ago. It all started with a Facebook post offering free servicing over Christmas and turned into a full-on page now. Nice, mate. Is that push bikes or motorbike? Awesome, Chinook. So is that the one, I think you said it doesn't start till May, so does that mean you're going to have a whole lot of spare time for farm sim and relaxing? Giants know how to take their sweet time. To be fair to them, they're a pretty small team and there's a lot of mods to test, so... And there hasn't been too many issues that I've heard of, at least anyhow, with mods, so... So what do you reckon? This field's pretty big. Are we going to get it all done tonight? We should do. We'll go around a couple of times, I'll set some GPS up along that other side. Get that done, but the old New Holland's certainly pulling. I did contemplate leasing another tractor and play up, but this is the only field we've got to do, so not too bad. But yeah, I was saying with the planting calendar, normally we would have been able to harvest our sorghum, but we can't actually do that through until April, May, June with the revised planting calendar, so we're just going to have to hold on for a wee while. But if we're going to do some planting as well, we're going to have to skip through a couple of days, maybe get some barley or canola planted. That would be a couple of appropriate crops. Just the push bikes. Yeah, cool. So, mountain or road, or what's your favourite? I lived in Wellington for 9 years, better part of 9 years, and got pretty heavily into mountain biking. Month off starts in May. If this too will be getting more love. Nice. Have to get some help for you on the multiplayer server, Chinook. If anyone's interested, of course we've got a couple of multiplayer servers on our Discord server, so jump into Discord, !Discord, and see how you get on there. It's going to take a while if I'm read, it certainly is. Most of US shifted to daylight time this past Sunday. Yeah, I did see that, because it's caught me out on a couple of things that I keep track of. Like, why is that happening an hour earlier? Ours happens in the 3rd of April, is that a Sunday? So we'll, what do we fall back an hour? So it'll be 8 o'clock, so it'll be, my 9 PM streams will be 4 AM for you then. So, early start to the day. Captain Kiwi, how you doing, buddy? How's the day been? Not too bad. Not too bad for a Wednesday. It's the normal trials. We've got one of our boys is away on school camp at the moment, so been a bit of a quiet household. No argument. There's no bickering between the two brothers, which is good. The South African map, we're going to strip the map and rebuild it from the ground up and send it to Giants for PC and console. Well, that'll be cool, won't it? Tell me, from what I could gather, it's a 4X map, isn't it? So you bump it down in size for console, their standard size map. SJ, do I know how to get this map on Xbox? Wait for Giants to test it and hopefully see it released for console. So it is only, it's in for testing at the moment, so this is still a pre-release version that Hocks 23 has been kind enough to pass forward to me to test out and have a bit of a play on, so. Alright, let's see if we can get this GPS turned on down here. A little bit mean, I know, that we're playing on it when you guys can't. But it's a trade-off between being able to show it off and generate some excitement for the map for Hocks, so when it does get released, you guys are able to enjoy it as well. Let's see how we got. It looks like we've done the course there properly. Last weekend of April, Argsy. I checked that, mate. I'm pretty sure it's the first weekend of April. I'm sure. In fact, Google it. We were talking about it at work. Daylight savings. I just typed in daylight savings. Yeah, ends at 3 AM on Sunday the 3rd of April, 2022. You asked Mr. Google. Carlson needs the help. Maybe we'd have to do a stream on there again, shut up. We'll see. Maybe we could do a, actually, maybe. What would you guys think of doing a multiplayer stream on a Wednesday night? Get some of you guys to join in, get some work done on Calmston Farms. That could be pretty cool. If you're interested, we could look at doing that next weekend. Mountain bike's your preference, but I'll build or fix anything really. Built a single speed from a junk steel frame road bike from the 80s. Oh, nice. My wife still had her old bike when we lived in Wellington, so this is early 2000s. She had an old steel yak frame, and I turned that into a single speed. I've still got it sitting out in the shed. Didn't have very nice, had vertical dropouts though, so it made it a bit hard to keep good tension on the chain. Cool. Yeah, no, I love mountain biking in Wellington. Used to go out to Macra and ride around the Zealandia Wildlife Sanctuary. It used to be my evening ride after work. I'd shoot up, because it was literally a 2-minute ride to the boundary fence, and we'd ride around that. You know, mate. Oh, so you go to daylight, so yeah, so I'm ready. So FSG and I have been trying to figure out what we're going to do when we change for recording No Man's Land. It is a 4x spawn, eh? Okay. Good to know. I did say yesterday, did you hear me say? Once it gets passed by giants. Jason, how you doing? Welcome along. Nice to see you, buddy. Jason sent me through a bit of a updated planting schedule for New South Wales, so I was going to actually pass it on to Disturbed and see if we could get maybe a tweaked planting schedule. It'd be good to have sort of a... His one was based on Nigham Farms from FS19, which was more of a Western Australia planting schedule, so we were going to try and tweak it a little bit to make it more appropriate for New South Wales, but as Jason pointed out to me, there's a big difference between whether a land's irrigated or not, so a little bit of creative license going on there. Tara, your daylight savings happened this past Sunday. You must be in the US as well, are you? Granville will come. Bring them on. I've already had a go at them too. I wound them up on one of the PSG's comments. All for it, Chinook. Nice. Yeah, we could do that next week. Only 2, yeah, I know it's only 2 weeks away. Who gives you extra hour of sleep? Well, you will get an extra hour of sleep on that night. Or do you mean you have to get up back, start getting back up earlier? You did, or you do mountain biking, Chinook? I haven't been to Woodhill. It's something I'd like to, it's actually an area I would like to get there, and Riverhead, to Auckland areas. I've never had the chance to get up and ride. But about the only mountain biking outings I get nowadays is around Craters of the Moon and Tokor with family. Right, we haven't set our walk properly. Alright, let's finish that GPS button. We'll head back down one of these paths. It's been alright. The South African map is a real location. It's got huge builds. It's meant to test you on your track. Set in a flat part of the country. I had a look on Google Earth at it, Monet. It's an interesting part of the world. Google Earth makes it look like nothing will grow there, but then you've got the big dam, which I'm assuming is a bit of a lifeblood. I did see there look like some pivot irrigated fields. You're in Washington, Tara. There we go. Very early in the morning for you then, won't it be? Although Washington State, which is West Coast, isn't it? So it's what? Midnight? 1 AM? Otherwise Washington DC would be very early in the morning, wouldn't it? I used to still go to Woodhill. Cool. Still need a map of Kiwiland, maybe call it Hobbit Valley and make it a 4x of Kiwis, Kias and Mars instead of Roos and Deer. I like your thinking, Captain Kiwi. I've actually sown a seed on Discord to see if there was anyone interested in building a community-focused map, like a community source map. Oh, I'm seeing some yellow box on YouTube. Hopefully that doesn't hang around for too long. Yeah, so if anyone's interested in having a go at trying to do a community-led map of New Zealand, or map for New Zealand, hit me up on Discord and we'll add you into our little channel we've got going there where we're throwing around some ideas. £1:15 in the morning, Tara. Yeah, it's Washington State. In Washington. Hey, I wasn't too bad on guessing my times, was I? Amazing how much I've learnt about US states just by where people farm and where different maps are made and or located and things like that. William, how you doing, bro? Nice to see you. Welcome along. I'm doing well, thank you. Kind of just sitting here not doing much, just chatting to you guys at the moment. The tractor's GPS is doing all the work. I reckon what I might do, I might knock out sort of half the field and then we might go and see about doing some rock picking or something like that. Get that other field tidied up. Actually, we need to spread some lime on it too. That's what we can do. Cape Cod driver, how you doing? Good morning. Good morning to you. 4:15 in Massachusetts. Is the map still on testing? Yeah, it is, as far as I know. I've been keeping an eye on the testing list, but I haven't heard from Hocks for a while as to where it's gone to, so I might drop him a message to see how it's going. See if he's had any feedback from Giants yet. I know that frustratingly they changed the mod description reference number in mods that was required when the patch dropped, and I've been asking people to update that. A little bit frustrating. You work nights, you're usually up at this time. That would happen, wouldn't it? If you work nights lots, you'd get used to being awake at this time. It's very cool last week actually having DJ Goham drop in later on in the stream because he was up getting started for his day. Dave Bards, good evening to you. Welcome along. Nice to have you here. Alright, I'm actually going to have to do something. That's the end of the road. I'm going to have to turn around. You like this tractor? A bit big, a bit older. Oh, thank you, Chinook, for that reminder. Yeah, indeed, if you're enjoying the stream, don't forget to leave a little thumbs up there on it. Help YouTube share it far and wide. Amazing how much of a difference that makes. It's actually been interesting. Elk Mountain Modding shared my Terrafarm video I did last week for mining on Elk Mountain, and when he released the map, and certainly got a lot of new subs and new viewers out of that. It's been nice. Make a little tweak there. 6:18 PM Wednesday night in Brisbane. Right, because you guys don't have daylight savings, so next week, well, not next week, after daylight savings it'll be 7:18. When it's 9:18 for us. Not sure how to be up when the sun's up. I've been working nights for 8+ years now. What do you do, Tara? I work night. Tom Ryan, how are you? Welcome along. Hopefully not having too many issues with the connection tonight. My internet seems to be behaving, although there's been a couple of little blips telling me that YouTube's not getting enough error and not getting enough video. Hopefully you're not getting any buffering or anything like that. If you are, my apologies. Certainly not like it was behaving last week. Last week was terrible. Frustrating as well. work at a casino and table. Oh wow, interesting. Do you mix up what games you get to be on different tables, or are you always doing the same thing? Brandon, g'day to you. Welcome along. How am I going? I'm going well, mate. Doing very well. Always been looking forward to getting on and streaming tonight. It's a nice break from everything else. Although I had to have a coffee beforehand, I was feeling a bit tired. So, coffee to start with, and now I'm doing a nice glass of whiskey. Been a few blips, but nowhere like last week. It's good to know, thank you. Fingers crossed it's behaving. I do wonder if it's because I've got the low latency setting on. I wonder if I had it set the higher latency one, whether it might work better. Gives more time for YouTube to do the buffering so you guys don't see it. Always mixed up, I can deal all the table games. I'd rather do practical roulette. Yeah, very cool. I've developed a bad addiction to watching slots on Twitch. Sometimes they do the table games, but always have something on in the background. It's been one of them. Much better tonight. Good to hear, Chino. Pleased to hear that. Oh, I was going to tell you the results of the poll from last week. I saved it somewhere. Where did I save it? Here we go. So last week we had 38% of people were watching from Australia, 25% from Europe or the UK, 22% from the US and Canada, and 14% from New Zealand. And we had 113 votes. So that was pretty cool. Nice to see. Plus our South African viewers as well. Can't forget them. I know there was a few of you here last week who voiced your concern about not having a South African option. Very cool to see how widespread the viewership is. Again now, so I can see what. Tutorial video for license plates was helpful. I'm going to make some Texas plates. Nice idea, Scott. That'll be pretty cool. Ah, you're off work tonight, so you're able to watch. Ah, nice, Tara. Oh, please, you're able to catch up and catch in, drop in, catch in. You know what I mean. Pleased you're here. Sinji Mutlahan, hello from Turkey. Welcome along. Nice to have you here this evening. Good morning to you in Turkey. Hope you're waking to a nice day there. Lambert, hello, welcome along from South Africa, another South African friend. Well, Lambert, you need to go and find yourself the South African map, which has just been released. If you're a farm sim player and have it on PC, I've put it on the map directory. The exclamation mark maps will give you a link to that, and you can go along and check it out. It's well worth it. Scott, back to sleep, mate. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you as always. Sleep well for the rest of your night, and have a good day tomorrow. Might chat to you in some guys stream later on if you're around. Tenji, I am doing well, thank you, my friend. Always nice to get on and just chill out, do some work, stream without sort of the stress or worry about trying to figure out how I'm going to edit that 2 hours of time down into a 15 or 20 minute video. Still trying to find a map. What have you been playing on so far, Tara? Tell you what, which one I'm looking forward to the most probably at the moment is Ashton Corners. I'm pretty keen to see what MRG's come up with for that one. I've got a few plans for what I might do with that one. And that might be my next series after Deer Creek wraps up. When is your Discord cranking? Oh, as in the multiplayer servers, Dave, or? They're a bit hit and miss, to be honest. It's an interesting dynamic. Because, you know, when you share so many viewers and subscribers with other Discords, they tend to chat in one, not the other, but... yeah. But I was saying earlier, Dave, actually, if you've been on the multiplayer server, we might do a stream next week on that. Jump onto Calmsden Farms and give some of you guys a chance to join in as well. You've played on most of them. Well, my pick at the moment, if I had to have a choice that's of maps that are out, would definitely be Elk Mountain. So many different options on that one. Well worth checking it out if you haven't. Usually someone on a server. Yeah, they've been a bit up and down, Chinook. I was wondering about whether we consolidate them, but again, because we do share viewers with the likes of the Farm Sim Guy and Kadirk and those guys have also got servers, there's quite a saturation actually when you want to look at it that way. And stupid me went and did some videos on the Farmers Only Club, and it seems a lot of people who might normally have been on the servers have gone over and given that a try as well, which is good to see. You like Elk Mountain, but you've got a glitch on at the moment. Oh, what's that? Oops, looks like we're getting a little bit of a buffer there. Sorry, folks. Sort itself out. There we go. On. Had to politely ask Mrs. Argsy to use your mobile data or something else tonight rather than being on your phone on the Wi-Fi. Missing the bridge to leave the main farm. Well, that is a weird one. Did you install the buildings pack with it? There was 2 files to download. One was the map itself, and then there was a buildings pack you needed to download and unzip. Other than that, I can't imagine why the main bridge would be missing. NM Welder, good morning to you. Welcome along. Of course, well into the evening for us. I'm just going 9:30 PM. Good morning to you. I'm going to take a stab here in a European based. I don't remember if we've discussed that before or not. You did install those? Oh, that's a weird one then. I don't know what that would be. You thought you did, but you'll double check. I don't know if it is. I don't know if that was a placeable. I would have thought it would have been built into the map, but worth checking. Work for another 4.5 hours. There you go, that's right, we did chat about it, didn't we? 2:30, and that's right, you're doing the irrigation, aren't you? Irrigating grass for your hay, isn't it? In Arizona or something? You haven't had. It's a good thing I haven't really needed to leave the main farm. There you go, you can get yourself a good 4-wheel drive, you'll make it. It's only a little stream across that you have to get across, isn't it? Cotton ground and not in close. Cotton ground, that's right. Not in Arizona. bridge can be bought as a placeable in the building package. Might be that you need it. Oh, there you go, Earl. Thank you for that. So I'd suggest if it's in the building package, then it's probably... and the other option is if you started on Farm Manager maybe, because sometimes those placeables aren't placed if you start on Farm Manager. You were doing hay ground last week, but it's cotton this week. There we go. Dazed, how you doing, buddy? Good morning to you. You're waking to a nice Wednesday morning. I was just chatting, actually, saying before that your mod and this map are the two I always check for on the testing list. Doesn't work trying to go across with tractor and trailer, you got stuck. That's a wee bit of a problem, isn't it? What time New South Wales time next Wednesday? So half an hour before now. I would have started at 9 PM New Zealand time, though, which was half an hour ago. Yeah. Internet's throwing its toys for a second. You get to stay at your house instead of the truck this week. That's a bit more comfortable, isn't it? Good thing for super strength. Super strength can solve all sorts of issues. Hopefully this time it gets through, even if it's just PC for now. Yeah, fingers crossed. Gosh, I was reading the Frankenmuth map. I was reading the post that they put on Facebook because they've given up on trying to get their map onto console. Just was throwing too many issues that they couldn't understand, and even I couldn't make head nor tail of what the issues were. It must be hard work for you lot. Hayden, no worries, buddy. Thanks for hanging out with us. Enjoy the rest of your morning, evening, afternoon, whatever it is where you are. And we'll hopefully catch you next week. Really like helicopters. There's some other reason behind the name. That she a Native American from the Chinook tribe. Some really weird issues these days, like base game shaders throwing errors. Yeah, it was having that issue. They just couldn't fix what was a base game shader. Unless that was you, Dazed. It might have been what you were throwing back. Thing was throwing back at you. Scuba Steve, how you doing, my friend? Welcome along. Not as small in the kitchen as close to a good coffee pot. There you go. Always benefits, isn't there? There's an interesting discussion here to have. Is the Chinook the best military helicopter? What's people's opinion? Alright, have a look here. How far across have we got? Not too bad. So we'll do a couple more passes. Then I think we're going to figure out a way to get rid of these rocks. Look at them everywhere. You know what I wish? I wish that they had integrated weeds in the same way they've done rocks. Because would it not be better? Instead of being green, or green, or green, that you had a whole lot of green dots. And instead of having weeds just blanketing the whole map, the weeds were like the rocks. Can carry anything and do anything. Emily, how are you? Welcome along. You just had a border patrol helicopter. So you're right on the, obviously right down on the Mexican border then. titanium welder. Next to the famous wall. Yeah, I saw that actually. That's a good point, Dazed. They are adding variable rate weeding, aren't they? Bet they can't float. I'm quite impartial to the old Iroquois. The Huey. Used to love hearing the thump of those around our place. I miss it. Not something that could do anything. I reckon that's the helicopter for you. Worked on the wall while you were going to welding school. Wow. Ronald Botha, as a South African, it's great to see a map in FS22 that closely resembles farming in my country. Ronald, great to hear from you. Thanks for stopping in and chatting. Have you seen that there is a South African map that has been released? Based on central South Africa. I'm going to do this. Find my post. Bear with me a second. If this is going to work. Here we go. Garip, South Africa. This is a 4X map. And this is one Mornay who was in here before was talking about. It's big, but there's a lake, Garip Dam or something like that. I'm not sure if apologies if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. But good mix of fields. There's some really small fields up there and a couple of really, really big ones. Lots of forest up the top there. Just a nice looking map actually. I like the trees. There's no collisions on these trees unfortunately. But I just like the unique look of the trees. But I haven't really got any photos of the fields actually. Look at that, there you go. Look at how big and expansive that one is. Pretty cool. It's a dam. Thank you, Mornay. Yes. I did see that on Google Earth actually. The NH90s are great too. They're a nice looking helicopter. We live right on the flight line between Linton Army Base and Ohakea Air Force Base, so I haven't actually heard them go. They used to, when they were doing some training, we used to often get them flying over top of us. So if you want to find that map, Brunel, go and take a look at the links are all in the map directory, so you can go and find it that way. Scott heard helicopters. Worked for Bell Helicopter as a child, so I've flown on lots of different helicopters. It's a pretty big name in helicopters. About 2 hours from you, you'll check it out. Nice, there you go. All about trying to help the community and particularly those lesser known maps. Like I would never have known about that if Mornay hadn't come in and shared it with me, and he actually emailed me earlier in the week to say it had been released. Very cool. I saw that. It was pretty cool actually. All the combines and everything. Yeah, I like that little. I've never seen that done. Nice little touch. Well, you lived at Ohakea for about a year back in 09. Ah, okay. I had a friend who was in the Air Force at the time who lived out there about that time. And then he was working on the helicopters. And he went up to Auckland and started working on the Boeing, I think. Now he lives in LA. Must say that's a pretty big dam too, isn't it, Mornay? When I was looking again on Google Earth, just covered a lot of acres. How's my F1 car build going? It hasn't even started yet, Scuba. I haven't even taken it out of the box. It's gone straight into the top of the wardrobe, to be honest. I'll probably do that over the course of a couple of weekends. I always like to sit down on a Sunday afternoon or something and spend a couple of hours starting it, putting it together. I got the John Deere, the 9R to do as well. Excuse me, and I've actually got one of the Speed Champions sets to do as well. So, and the Meccano set. Has anyone seen this before? I thought that was pretty cool. It's a ATAR, but in Meccano. I've never had Meccano, and I saw that and I was like, right, I've got to have it. One of the biggest in South Africa. So is it used for, is it electricity, I'm assuming? Or is it a water reservoir for something else? Or both? I'm looking forward to doing that F1 car though, Scuba. I've got a Ferrari from early 2000s or mid 2000s. I'm looking forward to sort of comparing them side by side. And I've got a the 911 RSR, the Porsche RSR. Pretty cool. Not enough space in the house to show them all off though, they're sitting in boxes in the cupboard. Waiting on some Oliver and Heston stuff to come in. Is that new equipment from the farm? Come on, YouTube. Pick yourself up. It's interesting, OBS shows me an error. A couple of caps and a sign. That'll be new things for the farm. Caps to wear on the farm. That counts as new gear for the farm, doesn't it? Alright, so what are we up to? I reckon we'll get down to the end, do one more pass, we'll put this on a worker, and I think we might go and start seeing about doing some rock picking. Didn't unzip the building package, there you go. Oh, I'm pleased that was an easy fix, Tara. Unfortunately, you'll probably have to start your save again to be able to get that installed. There is a way, if you get the right files out of your save game, items file, vehicles file, probably a couple of others that you could, maybe a farmlands file, that'll keep any of the fields the same way they were, so you can restart with those bits and pieces placed properly. Town caps, the free caps from the seed reps and co-op farm caps. There you go. You sound like my dad. I want to see he gets a new cap just about every week from someone. We're wearing a Pioneer Seed one at the moment. Peter Clark, how are you, buddy? First time I've caught you live, but the car booked in at 9:30, so I won't be able to see all of it. Hope you have a great stream. No worries, bud. Appreciate you stopping in and saying hi. Primary purpose of the dam is for irrigation, domestic and industrial use, as well as for power generation. Multiple uses then. It surprised me you say about irrigation, because Google Earth didn't make the area look very green. Might have just been the time of year the photo was taken or something like that. How long have we been going? We've 45 minutes and we've just about, we'd be halfway through this field, aren't we? Yeah, just about. A bit of extra time here when the field narrows down a little bit, but not too bad. Well, it's showing that we haven't ploughed that bit though. Little strip there is saying we haven't ploughed, but clearly done. A little bit concerning. Let's take a look while we're doing this. Now, do we go and get a stone picker? We use these. We get a bigger one, wider one. Do we go and lease that for a bit? Or our those rocks here. Look down. Orange. They'll be too big to be rolled back in it, won't they? Oh, you give me a blank check. What's the first tractor you'd buy? 8RX. Love the look of those. They're just so unique. No other reason. Just think they're a great looking tractor. Not the biggest horsepower, but certainly more than enough than farming around the area we're in would be more than enough. My dad's got a 6420, I think. And that's as big as he needs, but there's quite a few farmers around here who have 7Rs, that sort of size. At 50, nice. Oh, thank you for everyone for joining in. Nice to have you all here. If you're enjoying the stream and enjoy my content, make sure you leave us a nice like there on the video. And if you're not already a subscriber, make sure you do. Make sure you hit that sub button. Keep up to date with what we've got going on. It's taken when you had a huge drought here. That would make sense then. Oliver 1955 for a good all-around tractor. Olivers aren't built anymore, are they? No one making those? Should have been our local field days. Should have been in. It's in March sometime normally. I think it would have been this weekend maybe. Unfortunately, it has been cancelled, which is a shame. It's always a good weekend out. Johnny, kia ora. Welcome along, mate. Nice to see you. Great to have you here. And thank you for that nice warm greeting. Good to see someone using a little bit of Soraya. My wife would be very impressed. But yeah, the field days would have been on. Really nice. Fun to take the kids to, go and look at all the different gear. They always have some nice tractor pulling on. They have wood chopping and chainsaw competitions, excavator competitions. That's good. Good time out. The area here is only case quad tracks because the ground is really hard when ripping. Yeah, interesting. Is Case a big brand in South Africa? Alright, let's see. I press I'd help. No, I need to turn the GPS off, don't I? Here we go. Oliver's been out of production for over 30 years. I thought that was the case. Sorry, the GI. Don't screenshot that, that was probably a terrible face. Right, so here we go, we'll leave a worker running there for a while. And we'll go and find something to take care of these pesky rocks. I reckon if we run down, go down to the shop actually in the Land Cruiser and bring something back. Of course that's the main farm in there, the starter farm, I suppose, for want of a better description, but that is the biggest farm on the map. Surprised if SG's not here keeping an eye on me. Yeah, he might pop in a little bit later. He often pops in while he's having a coffee or something at morning tea break, or depends what meetings he's got on for work often. Alright, so we head around this way. We've got the sawmill up here on the left. One thing I said in the map tour, just going for a little drive in here, such a good job on creating a atmosphere in these places. Like, lots of mod maps, this would just be a big concrete or stone expanse, but Hocks has spent a lot of time thinking about how people would drive around in here, creating these little pathways or tracks. You know, this one here, so you can turn in and back into the wood chip sell point. Very cool, I do like it. Bucket list to go to the big farm show that happened a few weeks ago in the States. Is that the one that was in... Ooh, where was it now? Because there's the Commodity Classics just happened too, hasn't it? Or is that on at the moment? That's the one down in New Orleans. Is that on over the weekend maybe? And then there's also... whatever the one was a couple of weeks ago. I'd love to go to the Houston Rodeo. How good did that look? I don't know if anyone saw Giants photos of what they had set up down there. That looked like a pretty cool thing to go to as well. Where's the shop? Shop's just over there. Can I get in on this side? I think I can. Yep, here we go. Right, let's take a look here with the stone picker up. I think actually, what I'll double check. I was going to look at roll, wasn't I? This one doesn't actually say. Where do I get that one from? I don't actually know where that one's come from. It's a mod. 2 meter wide roller. Can't go around in those. Anyhow, let's go and we'll get this. I know this will work. Lisa. Kentucky, there, that's where I thought. Certainly rang a bell. Oh, guess what? There it is. We'll do this. We'll reset our point. It was I've got store deliveries on. Saved us. Saved us a trip. But there it is there. Kentucky, yeah, that's right. Gosh, this looks big. This looks big compared to this Land Cruiser. I believe though. Linear horsepower. Is this map still coming to console? Tom, I hope it does. It's in the hands of Giants at the moment though, so cross your fingers and toes and hope that it passes testing, because I think it'll be a great console map. I know some people have been having some issues though lately. The only thing from my time on it so far, the only thing I can think that could be an issue would be the tree models. Whether they worry about them being too old, because they have been brought forward as an asset from FS17, I think we decided. It was 15 or 17. Which would be a shame because they're, you know, very authentic. Gosh, I think we've got too much weight on the back, we're losing our steering. I was going to crash a sprayer demo day, but figured I'd be too much out of place, ended up not going. Now, are you a real farmer? Yes, in the Free State between Bedford and Bulfontein. Ah, interesting. Alright, here we go. Unhook that there. Go and find our other tractor. Looking for new farms to make maps of. Oh, there you go. You get a map made of your farm. For now. Alright, I'll take the loader off. Shouldn't need the weight, but I might put that on the front. Yeah. Used to some rodeo roping in school, did you? And how did that work out for you? Were you successful? Looks darn tough. Yeah. It's not going to stop though, is it, Dazed? Got a chicken. It's a sign I'm tired. But yeah. I just wish there was a more efficient way that they tested things where if you'd passed your PC testing and you sent it back after a test, after failing a test, that you got prioritised on it. Wouldn't, doesn't seem fair, but at the same time I think it would be fair. Okay. I don't know. Don't know. No silver bullet, is there? Don't even know what I'm going to do with these rocks. Let me just dump them somewhere on the side of the farm. Look, they've got a lot of deer around. Ah, I just wish they were kangaroos. I wish they were roos hopping around. It'd be fantastic. Right, let's hook up some more GPS going here. You're good till I was thrown off my horse and hurt your back. Yeah, that'll stop you, won't it? I'll stop you pretty quick. Hold in, how you doing, buddy? Welcome along. Yeah, interestingly enough, we've never had a Ford. Someone that has Ford in their name. It's always been Holden. Some roos. It would be great if they were roos, honestly. Yeah, you got me, Tom. You know. Does anyone know what happened to Beck's modding? Never heard of them, Holden, mate. Don't see the time going down anytime soon, not in the next 6 months. They could be a little more lenient with small fixes such as updating. Yeah. Yeah, lenient with small fixes, but also maybe have... I don't know. They almost need a dedicated checker, and like mod checker, who just checks resubmitted mods. So if your mod's already been submitted once and it went back, then it should get put into a different list. And there's someone who specifically, whose role is to check those mods. And just check the bits that were wrong. Because it seems like some mods are coming back with more issues than they found when they tested them, but yeah. Like I said, no silver bullet, unfortunately. You still rope every week and have a better horse now. Here you go. So you did get back on the horse then, I was going to ask. No worries, Peter. Thanks for stopping in, mate. You have a good day today. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the stream when you find some time to watch it. So ideally what we'd do is... My zoom not working on my mouse. And my zoom's not working anywhere at the moment. Has anyone else had this bug? There we go. It's out of it somehow. Somewhere down here, that one, there's the debris crusher. I don't normally Renell. It's just the fact I've forgotten to turn them off. Yeah. I didn't do it on Deer Creek, and certainly there was no way I was going to do it on that map, because that map is massive. be having nightmares about rocks. Yeah. I should have turned them off before we started playing that other field, but anyhow. It's on now. We'll make some money off it. Yeah, I've heard the same thing 2 days that the patches are holding things up too. I think we're just going to build a pile of rocks here. See how big we can get. Getting to my usual mid-game slouch. I need a posture check emote. I just lift it up. There we go. Put it back down. I should, you know what I should have actually done? I should have started this on a worker earlier, and then gone and swapped with him while. So this was. Well, that wouldn't get any for you, would it? Have to find one with a bigger capacity. I'd be empty all the time. I guess they have to be consistent days, and I've probably got to treat a careful line, because if you start just changing the mod description, you know, like I agree, I find it funny that they kick back on translations. Well, I don't speak German. How am I meant to translate it? I'd put it into Google Translate, which probably doesn't work quite perfectly, probably doesn't give it a perfect translation, but they have German speakers in a German-based office. Yeah. But yeah, where do you draw the line? That's the thing I see being the biggest issue. Oh, oops, getting a bit tight there. Once that are passing should have been updated by now, like the Profimo and the main dump truck. Both don't pick up the tip triggers. Does anyone know how to fix that? Could be any number of reasons, Holden. Any number. We spent quite a bit of time with Bumsum going on his stream on Twitch trying to fix some tip triggers and that on a truck. Took a long time. Oh, we're gonna hit the fence there. Lift up. Where did we get to on this pass? Just about there. I'm having regrets about leaving the rocks on, team. It's fine. In fact, if I turn them off now so we don't get any more on that other field. Oops, it's not the right button, that one there. The settings. Turn that off. Now we're going to end up with a field. Back to that. No, that one there. Oh, they don't show up now, do they? Because they've gone. They won't show up on the map. That's right. Yeah, it can take it can take a bit of time. Holden. Is it, you reckon it's the vehicle, or do you reckon it could be the where you're trying to tip, or the mod that you're trying to, or whatever it is you're trying to use it with? I am fascinated to see how many rocks we can get off this field though. It's still in testing with giants, sorry Holden. And of course, just as we were talking about with mod testing, there's no ETA on it. And like Dave said, if there's too much going back and forth with trying to get it on console, it could end up being a few months to do it, but hopefully it's not too far away. Hopefully it can get through. What interests me on that, Days, just while we're talking about it, there's some maps where you've heard, like, oh, was it, the old farm, fairly the old farm, or whatever, old stream farm by Black Sheep Modding. I'm sure they said something about, oh, the map's come back and it's got a few errors and we've already sent it back to Giants, and literally then they put a post up to say it's passed testing the next day. Was this getting back to our discussion about the fast track, where it's a bit of favoritism, or is there some mods which they do look at it and go, oh, that's it back, we can test it very quickly? There you go, thank you Chinook. If you're not already part of the Discord, jump in there, join us. We might, I'm talking about it, I reckon next week. Next week we're going to do a live stream from the multiplayer. Get on to Calmston Farm, so we'll be opening the map up to all of you, anyone who wants to join, anyone who's available to join. Make sure you get in there and have all the mods downloaded so you can join. It's crossplay as well, so if you're on console, you should be able to get in there as well. I thought that'd be something a bit different, bit of a break from this map. Don't want to ruin it all for you before you guys get the chance to play it. Alright. Oh, I'm going to be over stones by the time we're done here. Whoops. Especially if I don't turn it on. Did you miss anything? You had to run. What was I talking to you? I did say something to you about. Nothing important though. Nothing important. I did complain more about rock though. When are these finished? Yeah, we could have gone over there, but we're not going to get far. Just set stones on courseplay, yeah, but they won't empty though, Holden. And it'll fill up too quick. Complaining, yeah, I know. Hey, it's my game, I'm allowed to. Do I have a Iconic stone picker? No, I should though. I've heard about that one. It's wide, it's fast, and it has a big capacity. But it goes against everything I believe in Farm Sim, which is not to cheat. I was saying, so what I was saying, Dazed, was the testing time, like for a map that goes back, but I was thinking, I'm sure I'd seen like the old stream farm, I'm sure I saw Black Sheep Modding post to say that it had a few areas that I'd sent back to Giants and was still back in testing, and literally within a day it was passed. For a couple of days it was out, so it seems to be sometimes that they will show some priority to getting those mods that have been failed on a small thing to get done, but again, I think I said that might be that JCB fast track favoritism. Rocks in need. Rocks don't have feelings though, do they, Chum? You sit and agree with my complaining. Exactly, Tara. There we go. What's the deal with the multiplayer? Yeah, so everyone has to have the same mods, James. So do you play on PC or console? Still use it with real capacity. Ah, okay. But it's faster and wider, or just faster? Just wider, sorry. Depends on who you are more than anything else, yeah. Thought that might be the case. Not in your life. Did you see that 82 Studios has had 17 million downloads of his mods? And he shared his first mod. This is what blew my mind. His first mod was put on Mod Hub in June 21. June 21. It's not even a year ago. And he's had mods downloaded 17 million times. I could have sworn that the Tillage, the 2020, the pickup he did was out before June, but obviously not. Pretty to draw, but not. We have a trend here, and I don't know if it's, I think it's worldwide now, but I don't know whether it started in New Zealand, so I'm not going to claim it. Australia would probably claim it even if it was started here anyhow, but painted rocks. Painted rocks where you paint like a, I don't know, whatever you want on it, smiley face, could be a minion or whatever, and then you go and hide it in a local park for a child or someone to find. It's quite popular here. You're on PC, I was looking at joining the Farmers Only Club multiplayer one day. Ah, there you go. Yeah, so you have to have the same mods for it to work. But PC's easy because you can just download one at a time. Console is a little, download the whole lot. So to join, say, Calmston Farms, I can give you a link that downloads all the mods you need for that. And yeah, likewise with Farmers Only Club, they have all their mods shared on their website, and they're a Dropbox link, so it's very easy to download them all at once. You do have the painted rocks, are you? Quite cool. Kids love it. Our boys never got into the painting side of it. They tried a few times, and let's just say their artistic skills were severely lacking. Checking on how our work is going, actually. Look on the map. Is he still moving? Oh, I can't see him. What the? Excuse me. Excuse me, are you lost? Stealing my tractor? Hello? Well, good thing we went and checked, I suppose. Got so many downloads as consoles, I noticed it myself. Any mod I release it available for consoles 2 to 3 times the downloads. I guess that makes sense because probably a lot of the PC players probably go and download it from not legit mod sites as well. What's that link? Is that the link for Calmston Farms channel to download all the mods? Let's get this guy back on task. I don't know where on earth he was going. How long he's been driving around that field for, looking for this one. Cool. It's in the it's in a pinned comment on the Discord server, Tara, but I think it's, yeah, I can't remember what one is it. Hashtag canola. Chinook will put you right on that. He's the man who knows all. Right, let's get a work again. I'm assuming it might be this funny little angle here is throwing them off. Anyhow, where's our other tractor? Check on. 22 downloads are going crazy. Concrete Block Artist 20 has had more downloads now than all your. Wow. That's nuts. Do you reckon there's that many more copies of the game sold? The 22 than 19? Or is it just people are thirsty for mods? So any of these early mods, everyone's just, as soon as there's a new mod out, they're just like download, download, download. Console players aren't having to be careful with their mod space at the moment, I suppose, because one, they've got more space for mods, and two, there's not a huge selection for them, so perhaps they are downloading it. I don't know what this does, but I'm going to download it anyway. We talked about it in 19 last year. It's called a Modblum. My name's Argsy and I've got a Modblum. It's been 2 hours since I last downloaded a mod. I'm starting to find myself thinking about what the next mod I want to download is. There you go, thank you Chinook. Making it easy for everyone. Not gonna lie, I only found your channel last night and we've been watching it since. Never played Farm Sim online before, but figured I might as well give it a crack. There you go, mate. Oh, thank you for finding the channel. I'm pleased to hear you're enjoying it, and nice to have another Kiwi in the house. Farmer Ed, thanks for hanging out, mate. Nice to have you here. Have a great day at work, and we'll catch you around again sometime soon. It's the thirst for mods, plus the fact that we're at the start of the game, so a lot of players are going, while I didn't start modding till the end of 19, so less players. Yeah, it's true too. There you go. Good thinking. I'm new to the Farm Sim series and looking back at the older versions of the game, it's clear to see that this is really well made. I miss some. Oh, you're completely right, Doggy. 19 was... I never played 17, 19 was my first Farm Sim. And when you compare the release of this game to a number of AAA games that have been released in the last 2 or 3 years, this blows them out of the water. I mean, there's issues, okay? There's always going to be issues. And when you're a small company... Sorry, that's really loud, and even I'm struggling to hear myself talk. When you're a small company, to have that sort of success, sell 3 million copies in the first, what, it's not even 6 months yet. Love to know what it's up to now, it must be even higher than that. And to release a game that has very few faults, like people are always going to complain, people are always going to have it, but you can only test so much. When you've got 3 million people playing the game, they're going to do things in a way you've never been able to test, and they'll find issues. It's just the nature of the beast, but compare it to some of the other crap that's been out there lately from AAA game developers. They should be pretty proud of it, I reckon. You make your own mods. That's pretty cool. You don't share Pixamas. I can... Yeah, I know what you're getting at there. Some of the people who put mods on Facebook and then they're like, oh, it's private. Where can I get that? Oh, it's private. It's a funny dynamic. I mean, it's one thing, you know, I think you should be proud of your work. If you've done a mod and you like it, be proud of it. Go and share it. Go and show it to people. But at the same time, if you're not prepared to share it, you should actually get a little bit of grief for it. But that's people's prerogative, you know. Way of the world. Haha. We're watching Farm Sim Guy and you're on No Man Land. There you go. Yeah. I'm the pain in FSG's ass. The annoying Kiwi who doesn't go away. Oh, we have a lot of fun doing that. A lot of fun. Always a good wind up too. all the features that I try work, I don't crash and it looks really good on an ultra wide monitor. There you go. That's all you need, isn't it? I laugh like people say, oh, I'm going back to 19. 22's crap, I'm going back to play 19, or... Yeah. Anyhow, that's my rant over. Rant over. Just carry on picking some rocks in peace and quiet. So what mods have people seen that they're most excited about coming out? One thing I want to see is a nice self-propelled sprayer. So the 4240 by custom modding, or possibly the Patriot, or something like that would be nice to see. Then what else was there? There was something else I was just thinking of, the custom modding the early riser planter. Can't wait to see that either. I saw they shared a post of it today, actually. And it is looking very good. Right, look at that. Where's he going though? He's done that part. Alright, let's do this. Let's go and put a worker. Let's see if a worker can do this, and I'll go and carry on plowing. We'll just have to swap back and forth when they get full and come and empty them out. We'll get to that row. Right, one over, I think. Right, turn that off. Actually, I need it on, so I'll make sure I go down the right row we were just on. There we go. Now we'll turn it off. Hire worker. Alright. Well, he's a pretty cool dude, isn't he? Look at that. Again. Tell me. Oops, not that one. Where am I going? Yeah. Tell me. Those shoes aren't. Look. Those shoes aren't here. Oh, now it's me. I'll hop out. Oh, it's still me. Oh, that broke it. But his shoes aren't in the game. Every time. Right. Sorry. Being distracted. Don't get quiet, might go to sleep watching rock picking. Not that boring, is it, Tara? A mod where you can see where you've sprayed would be helpful. Yes. Precision farming should help. Wow, I don't know if it'll help with that or not. I think with him trying to fill the water with his front weight was hilarious in another play. I'm like... Precision farming, manure hose mod, and proceed, very keen for those. See, manure hose and proceed and ones I never really got into, but I think that was more because I was still, to be fair, still largely getting the hang of farm. Someone didn't want to overstretch my abilities, and I guess also being mindful of keeping things moving from a content creator point of view. Alright, so we turn this back on. We have to recreate our path. Let's see how far off our worker is. No, not too far off at all. That's right, we'll do that. We'll run that there. You're watching Welker's farm before I found farm something with a big bug pack would be nice. So there is a big bud pack which has been released on King Mods. Farmer Klein did a review of it. It's not obviously not the original Mapper's was it Mapper's Paradise? Who did the original? Black Sheep Modding did the original one. So I don't know whether it's a conversion of theirs, I don't know whether it's with permission, whether it's a new one. Farmer Klein's normally very, very good at backgrounding where things come from and making sure they are done with permission, approval, or original. So I hope that he's got that correct, but I think Black Sheep Modding is still working on theirs and they're going to bring the big brute. So Welker's farm is also being made by Mapper's Paradise too. Nice. course they did it in 19, but it'll be cool to see it back in 22 and see what they bring to it, which might be new or refreshed or anything like that. Interesting. There's 8 of us on my map, which is a 4x, and the biggest implement is 4 rows or a 15-foot drill and mower. Sucker for punishment, mate. That's sucker for punishment. Emily, hello, welcome along. Nice to see you here. Rock picking is the most exciting thing to watch. There you go. Black sheet's being worked on. There you go. Ooh. Testing the JCB pack today. Let's see what comes back from that. Ooh, fingers crossed for you, mate. Let's see. Let's see what they come back with that. Testing. Yeah. What else is on there? Anything else of interest? Clarks and US time. Oh, it's not on the testing list. Just looking at it on testing list. Short today. You're just seeing that in your login, are you? The testing list is up to date. Emily, I feel bad for someone. He is a YouTuber called IC Farmer. He is sick and has a family. Subscribe to him to show support. There you go, everyone. Go along and check out IC Farmer. Go and say hi from the Argsy community. And hope he feels better soon. It's never fun. Thank you for sharing that, Emily. Appreciate that. Raymond, that one does look interesting, eh? Dynamic field prices. I still haven't got my head around how it works. The other one I like the look of, for better or worse, was the grease mod that came out. I was like, that's pretty cool. I'm not, again, I haven't got my head around that, but I thought that adds new dynamic. That was something we talked about heaps in the lead up to 22. It's like, oh, what sort of maintenance and that sort of thing are you going to have to do on your tractors? Are they, you know, you're going to have to blow out air cleaners and those kind of things. That was everyone reading too much into the trailer. But yeah, it would be pretty cool to have some of those things. Alright, what's going to be the best way to do this now? Let's just hit a GPS course and see where we end up. Nate, what's up, mate? How are you? Welcome. Center of Gravity mod might add some more good realism. I heard the realism wheels was a tough one as well. Added a lot of loss of traction, wheel slip and those kind of things. That's on your Mudhop page. It's likely fell for the mod description version, but hopefully that's there in here. Because if you pulled that out of the testing list and changed the mod description knowing it's going to be an issue, that'd go to the back of the list, wouldn't it? So you're better off leaving it in there. Getting failed on that than you would have been to end whatever else they might pick up. Found a way to flood irrigate and make it more of the way we farm with hills for the rows as well. Yeah, interesting. Actually saw someone was working on a pivot irrigator recently that would fertilise. That's the other thing I wish precision farming would bring, would be water management. Water management would make it really interesting. REA in 22 is working a lot better than, is it? Because it was pretty tough in 19, wasn't it? Alright, what's happening with our rock picker? Is he still picking rocks? He stopped. He's still going. If he's still picking them, or is he just driving? We'll get turned around on this. We'll hire a worker on this, and then we'll go check on that. Any recall resets your position, so I left it in case they find other issues, otherwise I reset the timer, yeah. Yep. Because again, you'd hope if it was just a mod description that you needed, if everything else was perfect, which as good as you are dazed, we all know, you know, some chance of that happening. Then you'd hope that when they just, if it was just mod description, that that's one that they'd pump up the list a little bit quicker. Because it, you know, let's say you pass everything except mod description, and they send it back to you and say you just need to change your mod description. Wouldn't they be better off to then get it off their list completely and release it, rather than having their list piled up with mods that haven't been done. It only had a mod description change needed to it. Who knows? Who knows? Those scripts that works your PCs very hard. Oh, there we go. AI Worker D has a full tank. Worker D. A visitor. Moth. All the bright lights. Well, we're going to get this field plowed anyhow. We're not going to get all our rocks picked, but we're certainly not actually going to make a start on planting, which is what I did hope we'd get to do. Nonetheless. I'm not sure how that'd work, to be honest. I've been causing lows. You reckon they're just going to fail you because it's you? When you see it come onto their list and they're like, right, test the guts out of this one. See what we can fault them for. Alright, turn off that. We'll hire a worker and pump out. Yes, it's done. Let's go find our rock picker. Sack him. And get him emptied. Ah, kia ora, Paul. G'day, how are you? Welcome along. Hello, we have another Australian here. Had a good number of you folk hanging out tonight. Very nice to see you. Days does make mods, Mornay, so he has made a potato pack, seed potato pack, which is very cool. We're going to be using that on No Man's Land soon, hopefully. Farm some guys already shown that off a few times. And what else have you done? You've done a concrete block for building up the walls and like making your own bunkers, haven't you? I think what else there was. Oh, wrong row here. They haven't picked up. An i7 32 gigs of RAM and a 2070 Super. That's pumping it out, isn't it? Website, please. What do you mean by that, Mornay? Sorry. Brian Fuller, hello mate from the state of Maine. Good, very early morning to you, Brian. Welcome along. Jeffafar 1066, hello from England. Well, hello to you as well. Nice to have you here. Alright, I'm just going to go pick up this little section in here. Clear this part of the field out. And then set the worker going again. For those of you who've only just joined, I've turned rocks off. But I didn't turn it off early enough, so here we are picking stones. Oh, Dazed mods, are they all on Mod Hub, Dazed? Pretty sure they're all on Mod Hub. Well, we've got 30% and I'll go and empty it so we can keep the worker going for a little bit longer. CPU's overclocked with water cooling. You're, I don't know why you're having any problems. I suppose you'd be an expert at water cooling a CPU, wouldn't you, with your irrigation knowledge? Probably not quite the same, is it? Need a bigger rock picker, I do. I needed to turn off rock picking a little bit sooner. Turn that off too. I hadn't seen that drum rotating around like that before. Alright, where are we up to? I reckon we hit the hire worker button right about there, we'll be off on a good thing. And we'll find this worker who we are going to sack, honestly. Swiss Mizzy, hello, how you doing? Welcome. Nice to have you here. T-Man Gaming, what on earth are you doing here? I'm not complaining, but I did read you were having a few, struggling with your sleep a little bit, mate, but this is a nice surprise. Nice to see you. What time are you, about 5:30 AM? Oops, got to turn the cruise control on. Not going to go very far without that running. You know what we haven't done? We have not sat. I'm not even going to be able to sit in the tractor. Yeah. Do some in-cab driving. Haven't done that tonight yet. 5:30 AM. There you go. We talked a lot about US time zones earlier, T-Man, so I thought it would be a pretty good guess. Oh, there you go, Brian. You and T-Man must be in the same time zone. Would you say you were in Maine, weren't you, Brian? T-Man's down in Georgia, aren't you, T-Man? But Red Bull, you'll feel better. Red Bull at 5:30 in the morning will not make anyone feel better, Chinook. Oh, been up since 4 AM and you're only just joining the stream, T-Man. Where have you been? Hey? That's the computer you've built, is it? Look at that. What a nice view that is, looking out the back there. If you're only just joining the stream, welcome along. Nice to have you here. Nice to have your company on what is Wednesday evening here in New Zealand for me. If you're enjoying the content, please make sure you leave us a nice thumbs up on the video. And if you don't already subscribe, maybe you might want to consider hitting that big red subscribe button and keeping up to date with any new content videos coming out. We do have regular videos for a few regular series we're running at the moment and a few more on the horizon, and we do a couple of live streams each week. We do one on a Sunday morning for my time, which is Saturday afternoon US time for most time zones, and Saturday about 7 PM UK Europe times, to be able to sort of catch up with more of that side of the community. But these Wednesday evening ones, it's only the third one we've done, and it's been a lot of fun. Been enjoying it. Nice to get back into this side of things. You can maybe go nuts, system. T-Man on Red Bull, eh? Yeah, I can imagine it would not be much fun. Worst part would just be lying there, wouldn't it, trying to go to sleep. I'd rather have a good old cup of coffee thing to finish waking up. Stop dodging your responsibilities and go do your... What's your exam on, Dazed? Anyhow, good luck with it, and thanks for hanging out with us, mate. Good luck with the testing as well. I look forward to hearing what challenges Giants throw at you with the JCBs. And enjoy your Wednesday. Am I using Courseplay, Doggy? Not tonight, actually. No, we're just hiring workers so far. Haven't jumped into Courseplay today. I should have set this up on Courseplay, and then we wouldn't have had to spend so much time babysitting the worker. Been up 3 days straight, then I just passed out on the bed. Whew. You're working Saturday, Tara? That's alright. No problem. It sounds like you show your computer more love than some of your farm equipment. Did want to check in with you always. Gotta go pay a bill this morning. That is always a lovely chore to take care of. Don't you love it? Oof. Gosh, I got confused just reading that title. Childhood Development in Psychology. Oh. Not that interesting, but a mandatory unit. That does not sound like, yeah, interesting. I used to go along to psychology lectures. I had friends who were studying psychology. I just used to go along and hang out in their lectures. Hope the lecturer didn't ask you a question, but it's always interesting to go along and hear something different. Anyhow, good luck with it, buddy, and we'll catch up again soon. Well, I feel fortunate to have never had that problem, guys. Does not sound like much fun. And there's been plenty of times I've voluntarily not slept and stayed up for an extended period, but never that long. Oh, I know. Thought we'd left it a little bit too late to be turning, but we're right. Catch you, buddy. See you, mate. Yeah, I hope you don't either too, T-Man. Does, like I said, does not sound like much fun. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We'll get this field finished. We'll finish doing the rocks in that other field. Then I might get rid of the rocks in this field off camera and be done with them. And we don't have to deal with them again. We've turned them off. We can put them in the debris crusher. The price to get 1,000 litres of rock. Stones, $49. Hardly worth. Struggling with it for around 54 years in the military, didn't help that. Yeah, I can imagine that'd make it some challenges as well, Brian. It's how hard you run your PC, the core needs to be changed more often. You must be, like, pushing farm sim pretty hard to... What else do you do on it? Do you do anything else? Is there anything else you use to really test it out, or is it just farm sim? Check down, yeah. Yep. You're a good farmer there, Union Welder. It'd be remiss not to do it, wouldn't it? You're tempting fate to not check something. Enjoying the collab with FSG. Nice to hear that, Brian. It's a lot of fun. We like I'd do it with them even if it wasn't for the content. We have a blast doing those. This week was a bit different because I was exhausted after the weekend, and it was Sunday night my time, and we had that hour start where the server was broke and we had to spend about an hour fixing it, so we ran an hour later than normal, and you can tell if you watch my video again, I was starting to sound pretty tired and it wasn't very interactive, but needs must, we got it done. Figured you'd have to run some more demanding games than farm sim. So we're really pushing it. I'll thank you to both for your service, Brian and Tina. Oh, you were going to check it when I, yeah. Oh, there you go. See if you can pick up on it. I noticed it when I was editing it. Gosh, I thought, gosh, I sound tired. And I was. Anyhow. Looking forward to getting some harvesting done on No Man's Land. That's going to be a lot of fun, I think. A lot of fun. I haven't had a notification to say that the other guy's full yet. I'm going to crash into the fence while we do this. Where is it? Nice. Oh, he's going the wrong way on the field. He turned left instead of turning right. Honestly. Pay peanuts, you get monkeys around here. This is why I never use the in-game workers, because they're idiots. T-Man, you go and do what you need to do, my friend. Don't worry about me. I will be just fine. Only be streaming for another 15 or so, 20 minutes maybe, mate. So, rest up. Hopefully you can catch a bit of shut-eye and recharge, and might catch you on a little bit later. Alright, let's hire a worker here. Go and see what's going on over here. Like, mate. That's alright, mate. I don't mind hearing who you do it for. Appreciate that, though. Do appreciate you in that respect. Does he do farm some content as well, mate? Brian. Alright, we'll hire a worker again and see if they turn the right way. There you go, Brian. If you're on Discord, jump in, join my Discord, and you want to chat to T-Man further, be able to connect with them through that. Yeah, see, and I've missed a little bit too. That was my error. Hit up !! Discord will give you the link. Warzone and Apex. Oh, nice. I play a bit of it. Well, I've played a lot of Apex. Stupid amount of Apex, actually. Alright, let's see what this guy can do. Can he turn around and go right? Or is he Derek Zoolander and only turns left? We've got a Zoolander. Alright, let's try this way. See what happens. See you, mate. T-Man, nice to have you here, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. The workers on farm sim are a bit short of ram in the head. Are they what? Look at them chewing up my money as well. Look at that rate that's ticking down at. Pay these guys to go the wrong way. And this guy's down in the ditch. Honestly. It's all fun and games until you hire a Giants worker. Right, can you turn left this time? Left. Left. Alright, we'll fix this. We'll go to the other side of the field. Or I'm gonna cry. These silly rocks. Tell you what, these workers have got rocks in their head. They don't have ram in their head. Alright, let's try that. Let's go rescue this other tract. Oh, he's made it out. He's turned the... He turned right. Do they always turn right? Are they? Is it actually Zoolander? The only fun sim he plays is on the weekend on the closed server. Okay, you don't record those moments due to the mods. Yeah, fair enough. Try starting. Yeah, I did try starting on both ends though, didn't we? On, do you mean the other side of the field, like I did? Let's see what happens. Watch him turn. You can turn left or turn right. Not sure we're going in the right direction. Anyhow, we'll be finished this ploughing very soon. It's good. Where's he going to turn? Way they coded it in the program. Yeah. He's turned right. No, is he doing a big loop to turn? Oh, I might have won. Might have turned right to go left then, I think. We might have had a winner. We'll probably have a full tank in a minute though. Anyhow, we'll be done. 2 passes. Up and down. All over Red Road. What is Zoolander? Zoolander's a movie, Swiss Mizzy. Ben Stiller movie. It's about a male model, and he has a issue on the runways where he can't turn left. Bit of a piss take at the fashion industry. Quite funny if you're into that sort of humour. They always turn right. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Full tank already. Alright. Ah, and then I lifted the plough too early there. Oh, because the ploughing effect on this actually doesn't happen. There's an animation there, but the ploughing doesn't actually happen until those rear rippers. Yeah. Good to know. I should remember that. Right. Oh, tonight's been a lot more stable on the old internets. It hasn't been quite so up and down as we had last week, which is very good. Haven't had any of those cold sweats that I got last week while I was watching the server lag and all of that sort of thing. Also, just like to say, we're only about 350 odd subs away from 10,000. Which is blowing my mind. The last couple of weeks we've skyrocketed up. Relative, you know, for myself, it's felt like a real boost, which is cool. I'm looking forward to hitting that milestone and coming up with something to do. I still don't know what I'm going to do. It'll involve a live stream, but it depends what on that live stream. We'll see. Come up with some ideas. He's a bad you Googleizer as well. He is a bad you Googleizer, James. He doesn't even know what a googly is. Alright, let's take the shortcut home. We're going to sneak through the neighbour's yard and across the river. You Google. Did you Google you Googleizer? Or did you just come up, did you just figure out how it should be spelled? My wife and I are forever pulling out lines out of that. That and Anchorman, probably our 2 most quoted movies. And Top Gun. I'm pretty notoriously bad at quoting Top Gun lines. Just not rock picking. Next time, Tara. Certainly won't be rock picking next time. Ugh. Take it easy on the models. We always get treated like dummy. There you go. You know, Swiss Mizzy. I do like that river crossing, now that we've gone across it. A nice little spot. Absolutely not. Need a pressure washer on the farm too. We haven't got one of those, and I've got dirty equipment. That's not okay. You watch. I've just talked about dirty tractors. I bet you FSG will pop up in the next 5 minutes. Tara's in charge of rock pick. There you go, first job and when it comes to farms rock picking, Tara. Right, we don't have too much to go. We'll finish this field off. I want to get it done. It is 5 to 11. We've been doing we've almost hit our 2 hours. That's right. Please no. That's the job the new farmers always get given though. You can't jump straight into being a combine driver. Guilty of performing the loving feeling scene from Top Gun. My number one's one of the boys in a bar on Anzac Day. Okay, so while we're confessing about things like that, my wife and I used to live in an apartment on Courtney Place in Wellington, and we overlooked what was Expressaholic Cafe. Our balcony on the 6th floor overlooked it, and it came on our playlist or whatever it was at the time, and we might have serenaded the whole courtyard at 11 o'clock or midnight. So you've lost that love and feeling. Proud moment. Proud moment. Didn't turn the GPS, turn cruise control on. Right, now we've lost our, I wonder how far off our GPS is. Won't get done, eh? Have to change the password, I think. Chinook coming enough. Tara's right for Calmston Farms. It's probably lurking in the background. He probably is lurking in the background. Right, we'll turn that on, and we'll hit a GPS path through the guts here. Here we go. No, I know he's got a busy week at work this week, so he's probably flat out telling people what to do. It's been a fun stream tonight, guys. Hope you've all enjoyed it. Certainly enjoyed myself, apart from the rocks. And a lot of nice, interesting conversations. Yeah, and I think the idea of doing a multiplayer stream next week sounds like a good one, so we'll make that happen. I guess the number one thing is make sure you've joined the Discord server if you want to be a part of that. And make sure you've got all the mods for Calmston downloaded and ready to go. I'm sure Chinook will be on the farm at some stage over the next few days, making sure there's plenty of work for you all, plenty of rocks to pick. Plenty of other things to do. Even I haven't been on the server for a wee while, so I don't know what needs to be done. You've enjoyed yourself, including the rocks. Good to hear, Tara. Is it crossplay? It is, Brian. Indeed it is. That's why we went with Calmston, and we've deliberately left all the mods, kept mods crossplay. So there's not too many. If you can't share rocks with your mates, who can you share them with, Tara? Got it on PS4. Perfect. So you just need to make sure you've got all the mods that we've got installed. So the best way for you to do that is to find the multiplayer server on the multiplayer list. Go and find it and it'll tell you which mods you need to have. Would be the easiest way. Girl Munster. Oh, you're a bit of a barbecue fan, are you, Brian? You charged an arm and a leg to pick rocks. Still not enough. You reckon? I think we'll fill the rock picker up this time and maybe once more, I'm hoping. Stupid thing is I can't see them on the map to see where they are. Actually, I could turn them... I turn them back on, do they reappear? I'll have a look, I want to see if they're on the map again. Exactly. Look. Oops, on there. Oh yeah, they do, so we'll be able to solve. We've still got that bit down there to do. Oh, maybe we won't finish it, because it is 11 PM and I need to get my beauty sleep. But I will get them finished off camera, off stream. We'll get them gone. Rocks be gone with you. Second's paper beats rock. Yep. Very nice. Oh, almost full. Need 2 more litres. Alright, we'll go dump this off and then I think we will wrap things up there. I have to have a think about what crops we're going to plant. I think canola. Maybe canola in both fields. Double up on the canola. Turn them off when done. Yes, I won't. Trust me, I won't be forgetting that one. Be firmly etched in my mind. Although we're not going to be doing any ploughing or anything that's going to generate rocks for a wee while, so we shouldn't have any problems. Alright, there we go, we'll turn that off. I don't know how many loads of rocks we've got there, but there's a fair few. Alright, thanks everyone. I hope you've enjoyed that. It's been a fun stream. I've thoroughly enjoyed it myself. And look forward to next week. Jumping on the multiplayer. That'll be a lot of fun actually. Be good to get back into that. And I've always nice. Always good fun to get together and play with you guys and just have a few laughs. So thank you everyone who's joined, everyone who's hung out. If you haven't already liked the stream, please make sure you do before you leave. 56 likes, which is awesome. So I appreciate every single one of you who has tuned in. But for me, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed that and look forward to catching you in the next one.